Hi peeps! We are back with one more of today's filming batch before I take a break for the day. Well, day for me, it's been like weeks for you guys. That's how it works. So there's an original post, I'm going to start with that, and then there is an update to this post. Hi, I am Ducky, also known as Ducky Craft, also known as Don't Tread on Me. I'm a duck. I post every Tuesday around 10 o'clock Los Angeles time, also known as Pacific Standard Time. Why did I just go with Los Angeles time? That's weird. Anyway, and I'm a little bit high energy at times. I'm a little bit low energy at times. I am always ADHD. So I smatter my comments throughout, but I saw this title, and I was like, I've been that coworker, and then I was like, oh, she was faking it. Never mind. No, that was not me. So the title is, Am I the Asshole for Calling the Ambulance for My Coworker, even though I know she was kind of faking it? So I have been the coworker that actually went into a sugar crash, and they had to call an ambulance on me, but I could confirm it was a sugar crash, 40. My sugar was 40. If you're diabetic, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I don't think I've actually mentioned that on my channel yet. I have on my TikTok, because that's like my whole TikTok is around my diabetes, and diabetes awareness, and diabetes information. So I have extreme highs. And when I say extreme highs, I mean 450. That is not good. And I have been hospitalized for having sugar over 800. That was bad. That's near comatose levels. So that's high blood sugar. Since getting on the correct medication, which for me was Ozempic. So friends and family did notice a lot of weight loss. I am not on Ozempic for weight loss. I cannot yell and scream that at some people enough, because immediately it's, well, you're just on it to lose 20 pounds. Try 110 pounds. But okay, you do you, boo. I also have thyroid disease, so Graves' disease, thyroid disease. So that's actually a lot of what happened with my weight. But Ozempic, I went on it, and I am on the absolute bare minimum possible dose. And that bare minimum possible dose dropped my sugar. I went from being near comatose high blood sugar to being near comatose low blood sugar. And I had been on Ozempic, I think, 2 months when I had that incident at work. My poor coworker, our clinician the clinician and the receptionist are the ones who called 911 for me. I'm so sorry, guys. I love you. I don't work there anymore, but they know I still love them. Sorry. They were like, you're not normal. No, I was not normal. 40 is very, very low. So just to throw out some quick info, 70 to 100 is absolutely perfect. For me, I aim for 90 to 120. Obviously, if I can be 70 to 90, that's like beautiful, sweet spot. I find I feel better when I'm in there too. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why I feel better when my sugar is normal. So that's me. I was that person. And then she said that her coworker was kind of faking it. And I'm like, I was not that person. I was definitely not faking that. That sucked. So it does make a point here, English second language. I'm going to be reading it as it's written, so there might be some like janky grammar. Bear with that. I tend to be more forgiving when English is a second language. And also, I'm reading it verbatim. So there are times when I'm like, that's not what they meant. So I try to self-correct as I'm going. But, my bangs are making me itch. Anyway, so, am I the asshole for calling the ambulance for my coworker, even though I know she was kind of faking it? I, 28, male, am working in an English language center in a Southeast Asian country. Okay. There's a female coworker in her 20s here who often touches her head and wobbles like she's about to faint. And she would lie down on the couch, letting people fan her, bring water and food to her. We take midday naps here. Oh my goodness, I love that schedule. So whenever she does this, everyone's lunch and nap time is ruined. Bitch! Especially the ones who keep caring for her. This would happen at least twice a month. Wow. Okay, so over the last 5 or 6 months, I've seen a few incidents when we worked the same shift. One time she even asked me to order ice cream for her. Info, it's a big, crowded city, so you can just walk to the ice cream shop nearby to grab one for $1. Didn't pay me back, but that's beside the point. This Monday, she did it again, and this time she asked a girl to order her an iced drink, a sandwich. A group of coworkers fanned her. Did the whole caring thing like she's a sick child. I stood up from my chair, walked towards her, asked if she was okay. Then I went to the men's washroom, dialed an ambulance, and went back to my seat. Oh, my man. Good man. After 20 minutes, we heard the siren. My phone rang again, and I stood up and told her servants to help her to the ambulance. Oh, that's servants in quotations. Her face changed. You know, that face when someone knows they done did fucked up. Other girls asked if I called. I said yes. It seems more severe this time. It's best for her to go. The ambulance is here already. You'll have to pay for it regardless. The ambulance fee is about 1 to 2 days worth of her salary, or $50 US. Thank you for putting that in there, actually. That's helpful to someone like me. Other coworkers actually agreed and helped her get on the ambulance. Now that I think of it, no one called an ambulance for her once. Ever since that incident, she stopped interacting with me beyond highs and hellos. Thursday now, not a word to me. Am I the asshole for this? Immediately, and I'm going to finish off and say, having been the person who passed out, well, I didn't quite pass out. I was actually conscious the whole time. Nearly passed out, and they had to call an ambulance for me. Even if I had been faking it, I couldn't really get mad at my coworkers. They didn't know if I was faking it or not. It's always better to err on the side of caution. Now, having said that, when you have to pay for the ambulance every time, that can get expensive, especially in America's capitalistic healthcare system. I did see the bill for that. It was covered by my insurance, thankfully, but I think it was something like $1,500 for a ride that's 6 miles. 6 miles to the nearest hospital. That's not even including the hospital bill. But the ambulance bill itself is usually a bonkers high amount. So he said it's worth 2 days of their pay. So yeah, she's probably not going to do that again. Or at least not anytime soon. So she'll knock it off with the, I'm feeling faint, can you order me food? Whereas in my case, I'm feeling faint. Hey, what's my blood sugar? Oh crap, that's low. I'm feeling faint. What's my blood sugar? Oh crap, that's high. Let's go to the hospital. If it's low, I can just... Coke Zero moment. If it's low, I can just eat something, usually. The day I had at work, that day, I couldn't just eat something. Like, I kid you, my coworker gave me a full sugar normal Coke, not what I usually drink, and I had drank that when the EMT was checking my sugar originally, and then got on the ambulance, because he'd said, well, that should bring you up, you should start feeling better, maybe even before you get to the hospital. I got to the hospital, my sugar was 42. That Coke, and it took, in traffic, I want to say about 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, my sugar went up 2 points. From, it was one of those mini sodas, it was like 7 ounces, 8 ounces. 2 points. That's how bad of a crash I was in. I was hard crash. So I remember they had given me glucagon, and the glucagon had only raised me to like 60. And then they gave me graham crackers and orange juice. As silly as that sounds. That seemed to work. The orange juice worked, but, you know, well, you could have told you that anyway. There's a reason they recommend orange juice to diabetics when they're going hypoglycemic. So, and then the update. I have the update here. I just pulled it up. So, update. It says, here's the update on the female coworker who kept fainting, big quotations, and asking people to order food for her. I'll call her Anne. He didn't give her a name last time. Because there's a lot of women involved in this update. After the first post, I texted some female coworkers to see if they had received food money back. 2 female teachers, oh, so we're in like a school type setting, okay, told me that they hadn't, but they didn't mind. The total amount was around $20 a person. I could see me being that way, that, oh, I bought her food, I didn't get paid back. It's okay, don't worry about it. Because to me, if I give a gift, I don't demand I be paid back. So it's, it's just, mindset. Next point, word got around fast, and I was added to a group of 5 other people, so in total, at least 7 female teachers were affected by Anne. Based on their word, Anne has low blood pressure and malnutrition. She indeed is very thin, K-pop idol type of body. She clearly has some unhealthy relationship with food. It's almost as if she doesn't want to pay for food. Interesting. Okay. But low blood pressure. Eat something salty. I'm not kidding. I also occasionally I'm on medication that can dip my blood pressure. I'll maybe go into that in a different video, because I am a walking medical disaster. If you know me personally, you understand. It's like, oh, what is she in the hospital for now? Are you sure you want to know? She borrowed money from multiple female teachers to pay hospital bills, big quotations, and begged them not to disclose this information to others. We're talking up to a loan that's worth 4 months of salary. She basically borrowed half of that teacher's emergency funds. So I'm going to pause so I can look up the average income in America so that I can base this on like American income, because I feel like we live in a very capitalistic society. I'm just going to poke at that for a minute. Okay, look that up. I just Googled average monthly income for America. And it says around $5,000 a month. I want to make $5,000 a month. But that's the average monthly income in America. So 4 months salary would be $20,000. So, which honestly is not even, if it was actual medical bills, would not be a surprising amount. $1,500 for an ambulance ride. HR was notified. Oh wait, no, I missed one. Well, I guess it's okay. But she also flirted with one female teacher. The said teacher often brings her on small dinner dates. I didn't ask on this matter. HR was notified. The girls did the talking. I was called in as the one who called the ambulance, because, well, he did. After the meeting, it's confirmed that Anne will be let go after 30 days. The reasoning was creating a hostile workplace environment. This morning was really awkward, I bet. Unfortunately, HR can't help with the loans that people have given her, as it's a personal matter. I'm going to side with HR there. However, HR is willing to provide personal information of Anne to the affected coworkers. And then there's question marks after that. Well, it's their matter now. That's fair. Now, answering some comments from the previous post. Some mentioned that I was wasting healthcare resources. Well, she was examined and came back with a diagnosis. Okay. Some asked me why everything is so cheap. I'm gonna say this wrong. I see Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I'm gonna apologize to every Vietnamese person out there for potentially saying that wrong. I are an American. And sometimes my brain doesn't work. Most things are affordable here except real estate. Okay, that's fair. In fact, my overseas relatives literally book flights to Vietnam for medical care. I have ideas. Insulin here is like $3 to $7 per vial? 5 pens is $1,000. 5 pens is $1,000. That's $200 a pen for insulin. I'm pulling back the culture shock. And you can buy it at almost any public or private hospital. If you have national health care, it's basically free. Can we get that in America? Someone was worried for me because I accidentally slipped my personal social media page on the previous post. Oh, I didn't see that. He must have corrected that, but it doesn't matter. He says, I don't really care, honestly. I'm considered a valuable asset and I'm easy to work with. If anything comes up, I think the company and I will be able to solve it peacefully. Okay, that's fair. As long as you don't care. That's all that matters. This bang. It looks fine on the mannequin. Yes, people take midday naps in Vietnam. I love this schedule. Let's do this. You're the odd one if you don't. If I'm not standing a class, I'm allowed to be online, doing TikToks, etc. Having a TikTok account is not a legal reason to be let go. Okay. Could we get that in America? The country of supposedly free speech? Just saying. There's one Redditor here who was incredibly vindictive and was trying to antagonize me in DMs. Girl, get a grip. You deliberately ignored all other comments. You're blocked now. Bye. I don't know if he said it that way, but I'll say it that way for him. Bye. And finally, don't lend your coworkers half of your emergency funds. Like, why? Okay, I'm gonna agree with that. The most I loaned a coworker, and actually I didn't even expect her to pay me back. She paid me back of her own volition. She had set her gas light came on, and she was like, oh crap, my gas light's on and we don't get paid for 3 days. And I handed her a $20 bill. I happened to have it on me, and I told her, get yourself home and get yourself to and from work. And she was immensely grateful, and she paid me back come payday. I didn't expect her to. I really legitimately didn't. I was like, oh, okay, you didn't have to. And she was like, well, I don't like feeling like I owe people things. Okay. By the way, I worked with her at the company that I'm suing, and we're still friends. So, throwing that out there. But I agree, that wasn't like my emergency money. It was just money I happened to have on me. So the first comment here is, damn, that's just low to prey on other women like that. Still not the asshole. You put an end to her abusing your coworker's kindness. I think you taught her a lesson too, because like I said before, it's always better to err on the side of caution and assume someone's not faking it. And I'll have a rant here in a sec. I'm glad that nap time is back to normal for you guys. I still find that awesome. Right? Same. Oh my goodness. That was a whole other angle to how diabolical this behavior was. Don't frivolously mess with people's scheduled rest. Okay. His username is Normal Midnight, and he says, if you have TikTok, search Vietnam nap. It's funny to see foreigners integrating into Vietnamese culture. I just think that's such a neat idea. Like, just have a planned, maybe not a nap, but a rest period. I think that's a really good idea. Like, a 1 to 2 hour rest period. Oh, yeah, it was the taking advantage of your coworkers' kindness. I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna go on a rant about something. It was the faking. Even if you think somebody's faking it, so, like, one of the things as a mental health professional, when someone is having an anxiety attack, even if I know for a fact that it's an anxiety attack, and I'm like, we can breathe through this, we can work through this, you still call an ambulance and you say, well, they're having symptoms of a heart attack, and I just don't know. Your food bowl is full! Cats, I tell you. It's still full. I can see it. So you still, because the symptoms, you can't tell. So the symptoms of an anxiety attack and of a heart attack are very overlapping. Feel free to Google them. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. I'm not, but correct me if you think I'm wrong. So when you call an ambulance for somebody, you call an ambulance anyway, even if you're like, I'm positive they're having a panic attack, we can breathe through this, we can, they can take a medication, we can do self-calming techniques, they'll be fine. But if it's one of those prolonged anxiety attacks, it's better to maybe go to the hospital and get checked out by the hospital. And it's also, there's a thing about being told by a medical professional. I am not a medical professional, not in any capacity. I'm working on a doctorate, but not that kind of doctorate. I'm so waiting for the day when I can be like, I'm not that kind of doctor, and like be legit in saying it. Excuse me. Arguing with my cat here. Lucy, you're fine. She's like, no, I'm not. Okay, I don't know if the audio is picking that up. She's a dirk. It's better to call better to have somebody go in, and sometimes being told by a medical professional that, hey, it's just an anxiety attack, do some breathing exercises next time this happens. Maybe figure out what your triggers are and start avoiding those triggers so that you can start avoiding what's causing the anxiety attack. Sometimes hearing it from a medical professional has a better weight than hearing it from like a mental health professional. It's like, oh, you're just a therapist. What do you know? More than you, or you wouldn't be court ordered to see me. I've actually come out with that to somebody. Oh boy, my boss got a complaint. She can't say that to me. My boss was like, well, she can say it because she did say it. I miss that boss. I miss him. He was awesome. So that's just, so when, some coworkers are saying, well, that was an asshole move. No, it's better to err on the side of caution. And she won't pull that stunt as often anymore. I guarantee she'll knock it the fuck off. Because she has to pay for an ambulance every time. And I really think that would be the same way in America. If you had to pay for your ambulance every time you were caught basically faking it, you would stop it. You wouldn't use an ambulance unless you really needed the hospital. I am going to go find out what in the world is going on with my cat. I guarantee you she just wants more food. But she's going apoplectic in there. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. That was a long one, but it had an update. And I'm very rambly right now. So this is a longer video. I do apologize for that. I try to keep them at 10 minutes. I don't always succeed. And I will be back next time with probably an MLM one. If you're not a fan of my MLM content, feel free to skip that and just watch my AITA stuff and malicious compliance as well. I've just recently started doing that. So, hope you're having a wonderful day. I have to go check on my children, aka my furry children, aka the cat that is yelling at me. Later, peeps.